Hi, welcome to Garden Cafe. I'm Maureen, and this is my Central Texas Zone 8B 9A gardens. This is round 2. I honestly thought I was going to be able to finish this area in one go. Boy, did I underestimate the work. One day was rain yesterday. Today it's super warm and sunny. Tomorrow we're even supposed to be near 80 degrees, and it's going to be February 1st tomorrow. So I'm hoping we're past the worst of winter. I mean, the worst of winter being probably a total of 5 evenings where the temperatures were in the 20s. And we had a few snowflakes. That's about it. I do anticipate another freeze sometime this month, hoping it'll be less. But anyway, I'm going to continue prepping all of this for spring. I'm going to deal with this hibiscus and that hibiscus, the rose bush, the rose of Sharon, and I am definitely going to get the bulbs in today. So what I may do, the order is the hibiscus and the rose bush, get the bulbs in, and then go to the rose of Sharon because that one's going to be a bit of work. But anyway, let's get started. I love hibiscus. Absolutely love it. I bought it last year and I bought it the year before, and both times it died. Very frustrating. I hate the idea that I'm going to be buying it once again. I'm going to hope that this one at least does come back. I think I've learned, number one, I am definitely going to propagate off of this next year in the fall before it starts going down, so that I have some of these inside ready to go out in the spring, would be my hope. And I don't know. I'm not completely giving up the hope that it will come back this spring. Now, it does have a few green leaves that are coming out of the soil. So, I don't know. It's possible. Maybe. Who knows? But this stuff is all going to get cut back today. Well, and I think I'm going to need my big clippers for this one. This is just soggy, icky, yuck. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this cut back. It does not want to cut. It's definitely dead. There is no green in here at all. It's just wet and icky, and it's not gonna like being cut. Let me see if I can just at least take the top off. And when it dries out a little bit more, these will also dry out and I can get rid of them then. This is more just for aesthetics at this point. Just a big old dead bush in the front swoop garden. Let's take a look at this one. Actually, I don't know. This one may still have some life in it. Huh. This one actually may have some life in it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Now, my understanding of these particular hibiscus are that they grow back from the roots. They don't grow back from up here anyway. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, let's take on this rose bush. I loved this rose bush so much last year, and it actually has quite a bit of new growth. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Whew. If you look, and I'll try to zoom in on this when I do the video, there is some new growth here. Absolutely some new growth. Gorgeous. I can't see much through the sun, but I'm going to clip it back. Take some of the taller stems off. I want it to grow bushier next year. It was gorgeous, but because it was so top heavy, the whole thing fell forward, so I tied it back. I'm hoping this year to keep it shorter and prettier and fuller with more blooms on it. So I'm just going to start. Whoa. Okay. This does have new growth. All right. So from my understanding is you cut back to an area where it's growing, but that's pointing outward away from the plant. For instance, you don't want this one because that one's going to grow in this direction. You want to cut it above a bud that's going outward. So there's one right here and a 45-degree angle. Done. This one I'm just going to cut back. I think I'm going to need the bigger clippers for that one. That one is going to, I think that one's going to come all the way down to here. Is that possible? Yeah. No, I may stay up there. All right, let me get the bigger clippers. Oh. All right. I don't see any of the buds going outward. Mostly. Let's go to here. I'm going to go all the way back to here. That out. So this branch is growing outward. I'm going to clean up the cut here because this took a pretty ragged cut. It was not clean at all. Ow. Man, these are brutal thorns. 45-degree angle. Does not want a clean cut. Let me try the smaller ones. I don't know how much better that's going to be. I can get... There's a thorn in my glove, or poking through my glove. That's a big branch. Okay. Does not want to cut. There we go. That looks good. 45-degree angle right above the branch that's growing outward. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Same here. That little guy's growing. This new growth is going outward. That's what we're looking for. Same here, 45-degree. And there's a little bud that is pointing in the direction I want it to go, which is outward. This one, honestly, I think I'm going to end up taking this one back, but let's let it go for now. All right, so this one I want to cut back to... Actually, looks like all the way down here. Okay. I'm going to cut that whole branch off. There we go. Jeez, the thorns on these are outrageous. Crazy. Okay. Now let's look at the smaller branch here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating whether to take this one back. I'll let it go for now. Okay. Now this one. Let's go down to here. It's a little bud facing outward. Same as here, little bud facing outward. Okay, first things first, and this is my hoary knife. Oh my God, it's fabulous. It is super sharp, gets right into the dirt. It has measurements here for how many inches deep. So if the bulbs have to be 2 inches deep, you can just go to the 2nd inch mark, pull it back, put the bulb in, and then cover it. So it's really great. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place all of the bulbs where I'm going to want them, and then I'm going to come back and actually plant them. I just want them to, I want to make sure I space them out the way I want. And again, remember, I have another 1/3 of all of my bulbs. All right, so these are crocuses. And I'll put a photo here. And they are the shortest ones that I have. They grow to 4 to 6 inches tall. They're only 2 to 3 inches deep. Now these stones here, they're actually the stone blocks, same as those, with a hole in the center to plant. So I can plant them. I'm going to put these in the front. I've got others that I want to go on the inside here. I'll show you those in a second. But these are going to go all the way towards the front. All right, not a whole lot of those. It's my Angelonia sign. And I'm going to show you how I do these probably in about a month. Pretty neat. You just buy these. They're inexpensive. And then you get an etcher, which is also inexpensive from Amazon. But I'll show you how. And you just do you write the names in here. And then it's just a very pretty plant marker. I like it. Anyway, okay, so that's the crocus. Next, and I'm going to mispronounce Chianodoxa. And I'll put the photo here with the description. These grow to 4 to 8 inches tall. A little bit bigger than the crocuses. Still short enough to be very front of the garden color. They're gorgeous. They look gorgeous on the package, so I have no idea. I've never grown them before. Truly an experiment. We only have 5 of these, so I'm going to put these right behind the crocus. They're just a teeny bit taller. That one I'm running over. Let's go here and here and over here. Okay, next, I put all these in order of how tall they're going to be. I want to be so smart this year. Shortest ones in the front, taller ones in the back. Seems logical. I didn't follow that last year and ended up with gorgeous plants in the front, but you couldn't see what was in the back. All right, so hyacinth, pink surprise, and Delft blue grow to 6 to 12 inches. So these will not be in the cement blocks. They'll be right behind them. What I do have here, and I've got several of them, is the chocolate chip ajuga, which I love. I had it planted on the other side, too much shade, so I moved it in the fall, and I'm hoping we get a gorgeous show of color there. But, okay, hyacinth. I have 4. So, we'll go here, here, and here. A snail. Ick. Hate snails. And here. Okay. And again, I'm going to be coming through with the final third of all my bulbs in a few weeks. All right. This is small bulb allium. And I do have allium on the other side in the other video when I was cutting everything back. They grew a few flowers, kind of pretty. Not what I expected exactly. It is coming back over there, so I'm hoping maybe second year it will do fabulous. But these I'm going to just intersperse behind the hyacinth and see how it goes. They're very top heavy, so without support of other flowers around them, they just sort of fall. But I'll just plant a few around, see what happens. You can see how exact I'm being. Toss them. These I really don't have massive hopes for, but I'd love to see them grow, you know, the way they show it on YouTube videos and photos. And all right, next, award-winning perennial deer-resistant daffodil blend. And I'll put the photo. These are 10 to 18 inches. Now we're getting to a point where I'm going to want to go to the second level. How many do I have? 2, 3, 4, 4. All right, so yeah, I think I'm going to go to the second level on these. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. There's a little one here, but I mean, it's firm. It looks nice. I'll put that one down by the rose bush. Okay. Got to get back out of here without stepping on any of them. Okay. Next, tulip daffodil hyacinth. 8 to 24 inches. Only 2 of them. All right. I think I'm going to put one in front of the hibiscus. And then maybe one over behind the verbena. On this one. Where's the verbena? There we go. Yep, I'll pull that back when I plant it. Trying to not damage much. Okay, last but not least, daffodils. 14 to 24 inches tall. Got more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to plant them along where I cut those bushes down yesterday. I think I'm going to put them in one area. They are mixed, so should be pretty. Let's see how that works. Let me get back here again. All right. All right, there we go. So I think I have them everywhere I want. Now, a few obviously I'll have to move when I get back there. These are weeds. Seriously need to come out here and do a day of weeding. But I want to get these few chores out of the way. Very good. I put more compost and fertilizer and stuff in here. It's all really good soil. So I'm not going to worry about any fertilizer or compost in here. And again, this thing, love it. Super simple. You literally stick it into the measure, and these are the 2 inches deep ones, and that's it. Snails! Handstand snails. And again, 2 inches. This one is 3 inches. And 2 inches. And 2 inches. Super duper quick. Super duper easy. Last year I went along and planted them. I didn't have this, by the way, and it does make a difference. I went ahead and planted them, not really keeping track of where I was planting them. I just planted them as I went along. Oh, there's another one. Planted them as I went along and lost track. So that's why I laid all of the bulbs out where I generally want them, and I'm going back to plant them. Another snail. All right, so bulbs are in, and it's time to start on the Rose of Sharon. Absolutely love it. I'm pointing the camera to the base because apparently you're always supposed to start at the base. Once you take care of the base, the upper branches are not as much of an issue. All right, so let me try to get a closer look in here. So, starting at the base, and this one is the white Rose of Sharon. But starting at the base, what you want to make sure is that two branches aren't rubbing against each other like these are. You don't want them touching, you don't want them rubbing. So we're going to start by taking this one off. Alright. And we have these two here that are rubbing against each other, which we don't want. I think this inside branch is the one I'm going to want to remove. Let me get back in there. Well, that branch took a little more effort. I'm also going to remove some of these lower branches because obviously they're growing in a way that they're going to start tingling with the branches above it. I just want to thin it out, and as the leaves come back, it'll have a little more air. And this is this god-awful vine I try to get rid of every year, and it grows up around my Rose of Sharon and just strangles it. So it's a constant battle. Okay, let's see. This one here is rubbing against the two in front of it right here, so I'll take that one out. Go. Another one of those dang vines. Get it out of there. Okay. This little guy that's growing, by definition, is going to end up getting in the way of the other one. So let's get rid of that one. Oh. All right, let's see. And then I'm going to generally take off the top to a certain level. Here, let me bring the camera around. I see some other ones I need to get rid of. All right, and if you look, this one branch back here is rubbing against the larger branch. So let's get rid of that one. Fine. Hi, Boo. Okay, and I'm just going to generally cut several of these lower branches down here off. I just prefer them not to go in this direction too much towards the neighbor's yard. So let's move over to the purple Rose of Sharon. And I've got a situation here that the two largest branches are absolutely rubbing against each other. So I think, because I don't want to cut one of the main two branches, I think I'm going to cut this center one